Damien, I'm curious if you'll be able to help us out with this one. I'm curious.
Why me specifically?
I don't know.
You pay attention better.
Not lately. No, my meds have covered up all my OCD symptoms, which is what made me focus on shit. Now the ADHD is left, and I'm just toast.
Oh, well, we're all fucked then.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go.
All right, here we go. Roommate exposed us to toxic radon gas.
That's why. Okay.
Okay. I, a 26-year-old female, live in a 2-bedroom apartment with my 19-year-old male roommate. My roommate has a collection of clocks and old electronics he keeps in a case in his bedroom. I received my radon detector from a friend 3 days ago. He had high radon levels, 5 picocuries per liter of air, which I guess is a lot, in his house, but got it mitigated and now it's down below 1, and wanted to give it to me as he didn't need it anymore. I turn it on, and after the warm-up period, see that it's reading 224 picocuries, not 2.24, in the main room. I move it to my bedroom, close to his, and it's maxing out at over 500 in my bedroom. My apartment lobby reads at around 3.5. I did some research, and the radium clocks do emit radon, but not nearly enough to cause that big of a spike in radon levels. I questioned him when he gets back from work, and he panics a bit and tells me that he has around 13.5 millicuries of radium. He shows me the cabinet, and there's a vial of radium paint, a lot of shavings in glass jars, lots and lots of clocks and gauges, what he calls Soviet radium scales, old U.S. Army radium discs, and other items with radium. It's obvious how the apartment was contaminated, and I worry the radon is leaching into the rest of the apartments. He's been here and had his collection for over a year. Levels this high are basically unheard of and can cause cancer with ease. So I'm worried I might lose my life over this. Obviously, this isn't my landlord's fault, it's the roommate. So what do I even do here? Does something like this break the lease and get my roommate and all his radium kicked out? Can I sue him if I get lung cancer out of this? What is my next step?
Oh my gosh.
I think that'd be criminal negligence.
I think that's pretty bad.
Yes.
Are you... I don't know this stuff. Are you legally allowed to own that stuff?
Probably not.
I think criminal negligence is a great way to put it because it is not that hard to have not even close to that much radium in your apartment as a normal human.
Sometimes, I don't know, sometimes it's really hard for me. I open up cabinets, I'm like, oh my God, I forgot to put my radium in here.
Yeah.
Like,
oh no, I accidentally bought more radium. Oh no, oh my God, I bought millions of more radium.
Why isn't my Roku working? Oh, it's just a bunch of radium.
and he's 19. Obviously, I'd be livid if someone had this. Thank God she randomly got like a meter for this.
That's
like,
the universe
or she
giving
would
her
have
something,
never known. We have some comments here. He said millicuries and not microcuries. Are you sure? If it was millicuries, you need to stay far away from that cabinet if it's not lined with lead, including whatever is the opposite side of the wall. At that point, you're looking at a significant source of gamma radiation on top of the radon hazard. Does he have a Geiger counter? You need to report this stuff now. That's an absurd amount of radium to have lying around. OP responded, from my research, he'd be over 13.5 microcuries after his first 14 clocks, since it looks like each one of those is 1 microcurie. So I'd assume it's millicuries. Most of the items are in lead containers. He took them out to show me, which is how I know about the full collection. The clocks and gauges aren't, though. He does have a Geiger counter and told me the dose rate a foot from the cabinet is barely above background. Clearly the lead and plastic bags aren't blocking out the radon, though. Someone else, clearly there's a lot of experts here in Reddit. In legal advice, you have to put what state you're in. So someone said, well, you can call the Wyoming Department of Environmental Quality and or the federal EPA and ask what to do. Be prepared to move out immediately, as it's not far-fetched for your apartment to be declared a hazardous waste site. You are not going to be held to your lease if this happens. Do not suggest to your roommate that he throw this stuff out in the trash. You can't even throw out old smoke detectors, so the likelihood that he can safely throw this stuff out is 0. He certainly cannot do so legally. OP responded, if the apartment is destroyed by the radiation, will I be in trouble or will he have to pay for all the damages? Someone said, you are probably going to want to contact the Radiological Assessment Program, which is part of the Nuclear Emergency Support Team.
You know.
The Radiological Assistance Program is the nation's premier first responder organization for assessing radiological incidents. RAP advises federal, that's what it says, that's short, RIP, local and tribal public safety officials, first responders, and law enforcement personnel on steps to protect public health and safety or the environment during incidents involving radioactive materials.
We need a tribe called Quest.
Yeah.
Like, I'm glad we're here.
We need them now.
We need them here.
Oh my goodness.
So there is an update.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Here we go.
Let's go.
I forgot about this throwaway account. I figured I should update this post. The day after I made this post, I slept in my car. The next day, I went in wearing an N95 mask. I can't get vaccinated for medical reasons, so I carry them around to get my stuff and leave. 19-year-old man was gone. His radiation detector on the kitchen table. I don't know where he was, but I didn't care. Using his radiation detector, I was able to figure out the actual dose rate in my bedroom. 70 microsieverts an hour on my bed, 350 times over the natural background. So bad. Using some of the resources I was PM'd, I calculated around 1.1 sievert per year, adding up the excess radiation and the radon. Considering the background is somewhere around 0.005 sieverts per year, that's pretty damn bad. I then entered my roommate's room to document exactly what he had in case my landlord wanted to blame me. The radiation detector began alarming. I took pictures of the cabinet. When I placed the detector inside it, it went into overload, so I couldn't see the dose rate. For legal reasons, I will not be sharing the photos of the cabinet. Finally, I tested my belongings for radiation. While there was a slightly detectable level from what I learned, radon daughters decay completely after 40 days, and I never got a reading over 0.5 microsieverts per hour. So it sounds like her stuff wasn't too bad.
That's good.
I texted my landlord that I was leaving and terminating my lease due to the radiation hazard. Attached the pictures I took, grabbed everything I could, including his radiation detector. I shouldn't have done this from a legal standpoint, but I wanted to be safe, and left for my mom's place. I made it there safely and immediately showered. I don't know what happened to my roommate, and I don't care. If I was exposed to 1 sievert of radiation, which seems correct, I have a 5.5% chance of dying from this. I have a damn good chance of making it out alive, and that's what matters. I'm as safe as I can get. This will be my only update. Whoa.
That's crazy.
Holy
Absolutely
shit. That guy
absurd.
could be going to prison.
Should be.
Yeah.
There's no way all of that was legal.
How the f*** do you get that much stuff?
And what's the why? Why?
Yeah, why
You're
do
gonna,
you-
is it older?
Well,
this
that
is
guy-
going to gain in value over time. No.
If that's her exposure, what's his exposure?
yeah,
like,
he's sleeping next to that.
Bro,
Yeah.
and he's like holding it and
Like he glows in the dark.
Yeah, for sure. Why did you think I specifically would know more about
I don't know. It's I just feel like you know random facts about like I feel like you would know like radiation. I don't know.
Well, okay. Well, then let's get into it then. I have some uranium glass. Uranium glass is known for being radioactive. However, the particles that it fires off more or less stop after about 6 inches and then like literally fall to the ground and decay. And mine is behind glass. Also, it is mostly radioactive when chipped or scratched or whatever. I have stuff from the 30s in good condition. It is well made, but it is probably more like radioactive than other things would be, so I don't drink out of it or anything. It is a nice little display. And yes, it's bright green and see-through. That's kind of cool.
That is cool.
But like a bunch of radium clocks, like I have a tea set. That's it. I'm all set.
Yeah.
I'm fine. Behind glass.
Well, this
tea set.
guy clearly he's a hobbyist in the worst way possible.
Yeah, I don't understand because all of this stuff is like, this sounds like the worst hobby ever.
Yeah.
Radiation aside, like it's like this is stuff that you can't look at, have to keep inside of a case. That could, radiation not aside, that could kill you. Like it's like I would rather have Legos that I can't even play with. You know what I mean?
This is like the inanimate object version of Tiger King.
So someone who works in this field in radiation, in a year will potentially get 50 microsieverts in a year.
How much did she get?
She got 70 on her bed.
Oh.
So she is getting more in a day than a professional gets in a year. That's rough.
Honestly, I think OP should be super psyched because she's gonna be She-Hulk probably.
The green part, I think it's
I
some
wish.
part
No,
of
I'm kidding.
it's some part of
they
disclosure.
Said gamma. They said gamma
I
radiation.
know. Of course.
I can't not say
I thought of
something.
Hulk too, but it's
Look, we're
No,
all
it's for-
always
it's-
thinking of the Hulk.
It's very, especially She-Hulk.
So we've now had 2 roommate stories where the roommate tried to kill the OP.
Yeah.
Well, I can't say tried.
Yeah.
Flashing someone doesn't kill them.
No, but
No, the insulin.
No, I'm kidding. That was.
So, do you think Ninja Turtle radiation roommate is worse than insulin roommate?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
because insulin roommate, one incident.
Both
at
are
least-
idiots, it seems
Both
like.
are. Oh yeah, but radiation person, like they're doing this. They're a super villain.
It's awful hard to give someone cancer. Just that's it's not usually an action that you're like, I'm sorry, I gave you cancer.
That's so true. It's like, damn.
The insulin thing sucks, and that's gonna cost money and time. It's gonna be a headache.
And it could have been bad.
It could have been very bad.
It could have been very bad, but this person did. It is.
They don't make greeting cards for
this
that.
might be the only way
I'm
I know of
sorry,
that you
I
could
gave
do it and without someone knowing.
Yeah.
Like
this
this is
You Munchausen's by proxy cancer into
gamma
your
into
roommate.
someone.
Yeah,
that's
that's
fucking
crazy.
crazy.
That's wild.
All right.
I've been feeding you lead paint for years.
I know.
No.
And it's delicious.